Hey guys, oh shoot, another Survivor video. I'm back with my special guest here.
Hello, it's me, Keenan, once again. How y'all doing?
Yeah, heck yeah. All right, so we're back with another just the usual new era Survivor video. We've been consistent since 41, so let's keep the ball rolling. And I know we're a couple days late, and like I said, my community post, we would have done this the day after finale, but we were out of town for our cousin graduation. So, but we're back home now, and yeah, we're going to deliver our better late than never. Our late but still never thoughts of that was weird, corny, whatever. Thoughts of 48. So yeah, so let's get into it. So
Awesome.
all right, I forgot. I was saying like just brief thoughts of the season first. Or you wanted to go straight to it?
Let's do brief thoughts from the season.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you can go first.
I'll just say this. I think 48. I'm actually going to honestly gonna say this maybe a lot throughout this. I feel like this season is going to be better on a rewatch.
Yeah.
Compared to other New Era seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, a lot of people this season really shows the different types of Survivor fans we have in the community. I've come to fruition or come to notice that a lot of these fans now only care about the blind sides and the big moves now, and I think it's gone too high now where there's now a majority of fans they don't care about the big moves and blind sides, which is kind of disappointing in my opinion because Survivor was never built on that gameplay, that blindside, all advantages, make big moves. It was based on the authenticity, the personality, and like going like being a community,
Yeah.
and like thriving together.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this similar. I have pretty much the same thoughts. But just for me, it's just like in general. I feel like that. Like Survivor fans need to shut up. Like, sorry, I should say like that.
It is what it is.
No, but it's just like no, because like I hear. All right, so as far as my view of the season, I think the season was actually pretty decent. I like, and mind you, Key and I have no problem ripping to New Era. We have like plenty of disagreements with the direction of the show right now, and we have no problem voicing that. But honestly, I feel like this season, it's one of the better ones. I think 45 and 46 are better, but I still. I prefer 48 over 47. I prefer it over a lot of other seasons, and it's just like every time I go on Reddit and see all these people saying it's like a bomb tier season is the worst thing in the world. I'm just like, are we watching the same show? Because like I don't understand how this season is any worse than Boston Rob steamrolling a bunch of morons. What's her name? Kim. Steamrolling a bunch of morons and one more. I don't see how those seasons are any better than 48. I just don't get it. So like just every time Survivor fans go to Reddit and talk about how bottom tier the season is, it's confusing to me. So but I definitely agree that during the rewatch, now that we know that Joe and Eva in particular, were it was best interest for everyone else's game to bring them to the end. Mm-hmm. I think that will make the season more bearable for other people. At least I hope so.
Exactly. Yep. And again, I think another thing is it just shows that Survivor's not all about making big flashy moves.
Yeah.
Because in the end, players realize that if I just join a big alliance, the majority alliance, just take over. I'll be fine. I'll make it to the final five, make it to the final four, final three.
Yeah.
I think maybe we're starting to have more of a return of alliances now. I feel like honestly from season 41 to 44, there was kind of like a little bit of a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Where players like, hey, alliances are dead. Even like, literally in 44, Jamie 44 said alliances are dead now. And I think starting 44 actually, we had a TK3 alliance, and now 45 had the what's that tribe name?
Reba.
Reba 5, and then season 46 was kind of like, it wasn't like a big alliance. It was actually kind of like a little bit went downward for that. And then honestly 47 had a little bit of that little underdog alliance, even though it only lasted like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
This season it had like alliances are back. Alliances, like majority alliances, are taking over now, and I said the new strategy. That's like kind of a return of the old school strategy.
Yeah, for sure.
So. Again, I'm same as Evan. I completely agree. I think the season is honestly, I think it's a little bit underrated in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it has some tough stretches. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
Yeah,
but I personally enjoyed over 47. And we watched 47, watching 48 because I like rewatching like new era seasons like after they aired.
Yeah.
And I think it's not even close. I think 48 is miles better than 47.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, we were recently rewatching 47 too, and we weren't that. I mean, like we weren't that big on it in our finale video, but that seems like a lot more frustrating and rewatch. But no one wants to hear that. Anyway,
yeah, you get downvoted on Reddit or get banned.
Shoot, I got banned for freaking stealing my pants.
You know about your story. About
yeah, shoot, man. Yeah.
That's how many voice your opinion on Reddit.
Like honestly, it's freaking annoying.
Anyway,
but yeah, without further ado, let's dissect the season itself. So
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you got notes here, so you kind of just lead the way here.
All right, let's start. First of all, this season is really different compared to other seasons. The cast is very old.
Yeah,
you say not old, but
not old, but yeah, it's definitely like on the older side. I even noticed that in the preseason press, just like most of this cast is like in the a lot of 30s, some 40s here and there.
I think the youngest player is Eva, who's 24, which is pretty young, pretty not old compared to like other seasons. Like we had one dude like Sammy was like 19 on.
Yeah,
on 43. So.
I mean, I think that I think it's fine enough age for to be the youngest in the cast, but I just think in relative to like everyone else being in their 30s and 40s, it's a thing. But no, that's one thing I did know this preseason, that this cast is a little bit on the older side, and I mean it's kind of good for me because I had confidence that there wasn't going to be like some theater kid like game body energy that like all other newer seasons have. So, but yeah.
All right, let's start episode 1. Episode 1 was okay for me. It wasn't like too memorable. It was like too like iconic. Just main things happened for everyone's like tribes are split into 3 per usual. You know, I'll get ready by that later. We had Kevin. I didn't know this is actually the first time we actually had Kevin on Survivor.
Wait, actually?
I'm dead serious. Actually, we never had Kevin before.
Yeah,
on Survivor.
It's crazy.
So 45 we had first Emily. Now we have a Kevin now. So
yeah.
And he injured his shoulder. I actually heard apparently it was actually worse than his shoulder on air. He almost could have got medevac for it.
Bruh.
He actually kept fighting for it. He pulled Stephanie Grossa and he actually won the supplies for his Travulu over Kyle.
Yeah.
And the supply, and I don't know what the challenge, because the guy will replace Sweat Sad with this challenge now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they have a name for it. But actually, I actually like this. I think it's really interesting to have like 2 players going at it for supplies.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a journey. Sweat and Sad. I don't know. There's no name for it officially, but
I like them for 7. Also like in the season. So, all right. So another big note. It's actually really important. Eva, who's on what's the purple tribe name? Lagi. Yeah, Lagi.
Yeah.
Lagi. She went to talk to Joe about she has autism, and she felt that she needs if she needs support, like help, like
or if she has like an episode, then she needs someone to like console her.
And Joe's like, I'll definitely do. I'll 100% do that, and that's kind of the beginning of that powerful line duo we had.
Yeah, that paved the way for the whole season, really.
Yeah, that's basically the theme of not theme, but the whole biggest arc in the whole season.
Yeah,
and it was interesting. Joe like saying, "Hey, even if it messes up my game, I'm still gonna protect her."
Yeah,
which shows you a lot who he is as a person. So that's big. That's a big no. And then on Vulu, we had Say. I can't say her first full name. No.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Sayana or something. Sayani.
It's Say. So we say Say. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, Say. Yeah.
She found she got an idol clue, which is I feel it's different from last year. Last year it was like more of a code this season than like the box, which I'm pretty fine with that. And she told her tribe about it, and she got the idol.
Yep.
And meanwhile, on Siva, you saw alliances also being formed, especially with Kyle and Camilla. They really got along because they're both from Guyana. Guyana, thank you, Guyana. But I think the Guyanese.
They're from Guyana. The term is they are both Guyanese. There you go.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I only know about it because it's Jonestown. But anyway, go on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's just I'm just saying like.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was in Jonestown. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we saw Camilla. So we saw a lot of like alliances, like duos getting formed in episode 1. And honestly, the Moon Challenge, I honestly completely forgot. All I know was like Vulu got blown out. It was a disaster, and they voted out Stephanie, who I thought probably the most forgettable first boot in the new era.
Yeah,
maybe
for
it's part of history because honestly, I'm probably not gonna remember who she was 5 years from now or 2 years from now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically off episode 1. So episode 2, let's see what happened. Episode 2. The big one. Kyle, he found the Siva idol. He had help from Camilla and David to get to crack the code.
Yeah.
And he got the idol. So
yep,
we got 2 idols found in first 2 episodes. And meanwhile, Star, who the purple editor season, she found the idol clue on Lagi, And interesting move. She told everyone about the tribe. I can't talk. She told everybody on the tribe.
Mm-hmm.
She has the idol clue. And I don't know, would you do that? Because honestly, I don't know if I would be honestly like tell people everybody about the idol clue, especially when I'm on the outs.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't do that. Yeah, no.
Because at the time, like I think Star was like even Star had like a quote unquote feud.
Yeah,
and Star was on the outs, and like people like we gotta make sure she don't get the idol.
yeah.
We're gonna vote her out if we lose tribal council. I'm saying I'll let maybe 2 people know. But
Yeah, I would let my closest allies, but I mean, Star was at the bottom anyway, so I mean, yeah.
I said we had another challenge. Voodoo lost per usual, and then we had another Journey episode, which again I'm not a fan of Journey, but it is what it is. They like it, so
Yeah. I mean, I think that what was Journey for this episode? I forgot.
Honestly, I totally forgot what the challenge was.
Yeah, I know. I remember the challenge for next episode because it was awful.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But the main thing on this Journey episode was Mitch, who I think he has what's it called?
He just has a speech impediment.
Speech impediment, which I kind of relate to because I have a little bit of speech impediment. So
we know. I'm playing.
Oh, no, you want for that. I'm gonna get you that. I'll get you off camera. Anyway, so Mitch got a blocker vote. Thomas from Loggy got still a vote, and Mary, who's on Lulu, got nothing, and she lost her vote for first time.
Yeah.
So yeah, another big note. Loggy also had another alliance called the California
Girls Alliance. Yeah.
Yeah, with Joe, Thomas, and Shaheen.
Yeah. With I call Shaheen Matt Walsh. So yeah. So whenever I say Matt Walsh, the rest of the review it's Shaheen.
He looks like Matt. He's like Iranian.
He's like Iranian Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. So
he
yeah,
got the beard.
I'm Look it up.
So, if we call Jemiah Jermaine, we can call Shaheen
Matt. Anyway, so. Well, now this is our first big blindside of the season. Well, quote unquote, New York players. My fans call it big move.
Big moves.
So it's voted Kevin's blindside, which I find funny that we had the first Kevin in 48 seasons. He only lasted 2 episodes.
And what's funnier is our nickname for him is High for 42, like high but based.
That's your nickname. That's not mine.
I don't call him that, but just that was your nickname, high but based.
Okay, so here's what happened. After Voodoo lost, Kevin, he was kind of close with Mary because Mary was kind of more on the outs because the main lines was like.
Yeah, because Mary was like out of the vote for the first episode.
Yeah, because she was on part of 70s votes. The majority lines at Voodoo at the time was like Sai. Say. I keep saying Say.
I know.
Say.
Cedric, and Justin.
Also, Kevin was kind of
and Kevin. Yeah.
But Kevin wanted to spare Mary. I don't know why. I think you kind of see like they were kind of like getting along and playing form like a little duo. And he wanted to blindside Say, who had the idol. Because mind you, everybody knows she has the idol because she told everybody about that.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I probably won't tell nobody about my idol. Mm-hmm. Because my linesman may view me as a threat saying, hey, if I vote you out, I can flush your idol out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it only if you know it for sure is beneficial to your game, like under very specific circumstances, that I think you should tell your allies about the idol. But I mean, I think that it was a mistake for Kevin to.
My goodness. Anyway, go on.
I just think it was a mistake for Kyle. Not Kyle. What's his name? Kevin. No, think about how we call Kevin from 47 Ian from Palau. No, sorry.
I think we mentioned that in our review.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kevin told Cedric about the plan to blindside Say.
Yeah.
But Cedric was like, Cedric is probably one of the Cedric is basically like if don't let nobody know your next move as a Psara player. Because he was so unpredictable.
Yeah.
So, first Cedric told Say the plan.
Should we call Cedric RuPaul or... No. Fine. I won't do that for other players.
I like Cedric.
All right. I like Shaheen too, but I won't call him Matt Walsh.
I would call Matt Walsh and RuPaul.
Matt Walsh and RuPaul.
Anyway, Cedric told Say the plan, and... he told her to play the idol. She said, play your idol and just save yourself, blindside Mary. Yeah. I'll give Say credit for this. She said no. And said, how about we vote out Kevin because Kevin's a bigger threat. He's trying to write my name down.
Yeah.
I give her a lot of credit because she could have easily made an easy move by just play my idol, just give her married. There's no big deal. I was Blindside, the biggest threat right now, who's trying to manipulate, try to vote me out.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Cedric told Justin about it. And he said, "All right, let's vote Kevin." So Say played the idol, and Kevin got blindsided.
Yep.
So yeah, not that's pretty more entertaining. The second episode than the first one.
Yeah.
But,
Now, third episode. Oh my lord. Okay, so
third one, and it was decent, but the beginning part was nah.
You want to get straight to the journey because like that's where like most of the fans what happened before the journey?
Honestly, nothing. Only big thing was like Say kind of pulled a Rome from 47 and just followed Mary.
Oh yeah, right, yeah,
like how Rome did Saul.
Yeah.
Which and funny thing is Mary was kind of the opposite of Saul. Saul hated it, but Mary was like, I respect
whatever.
whatever. I think she took off one time and then she tried to follow her. So they were joking around. They must have saw the what happened 47. So, yeah. And that's what Lulu voted. They lost against there. They were like.
Yeah,
basically like Green Lulu and Green Yanu lost the first 2 challenges. So
it's like Uwa in that case.
Yeah,
41.
Yeah, and that's what I'm so tired. I'm gonna say earlier. I'm gonna say it many times. Please get rid of 3 tribes because for the last few seasons we've had tribes you vote out so early, and then it's just like.
I'm trying to think what seasons of 3 tribes in New Era like didn't have a tribe that absolutely flopped. I mean, 42 is one exception because like it's like one season where all of them were even at the merge. 43. What's the Red Tribe's name? They flopped, right?
No, they flopped. Yeah, they flopped a little bit. Not too bad.
Not too. All right, 43. I'll count them too. 44. What's the name? Tika flopped. 45. Lulu flopped. 46.
Yanu.
Yeah, Yanu flopped. 47. It was a little more even.
A little more even. So again, that's like 4 out of 8 seasons. 5.
Wait, no, 42, 43, and 48, right? Yeah. Yeah, oh, no, sorry, not 48. 47. That's 3 out of 8 seasons where the third tribe doesn't flop. So,
I'm just fine with the old standard 10 people on one tribe and two tribes in total.
I don't mind 3 tribes if like as long as I'm not doing it back to back, but because they're doing it back to back, it's just like it's just going to happen where there's going to be one tribe that just gets completely decimated. So whatever.
Exactly, and I'm not a fan of that. And even early season when they had 3 tribes, the next season they had like a 2 tribe.
Yeah.
Like Cook Hagan had 3 tribes, and next season saying this service 2 tribes.
Yeah.
Just change up production. I mean, you guys like changing up everything.
Yeah.
Change up the tribes.
Yeah. No, I find it ironic that I hear this all the time on Reddit. Like the New Era pride itself on being unpredictable, but they use the same formula over and over and over to the point where it's kind of predictable. So
and that's very ironic.
Yeah, but
okay, let's talk about the worst part of the episode.
Oh yeah, Journey. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so on context, Justin and Bianca and Camilla went on Journey, and the journey is so dumb. It brings out a roll of dice, and basically, if I forgot what it was. If you roll it one way, you get advantage. If you roll it a different way,
you lose your vote. And there was no way to opt out whatsoever. You had to play this game, and
that is so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Players should not be forced to play a game of luck.
Exactly. Just let the players play.
Just do a puzzle or a trivia question. I mean, why are you doing?
Or just not have the journey there. Like
just a luck. I mean, this is Survivor. This is Mario Party. We said this many times in the Era seasons. This is Mario Party. This is basically Mario Party.
It really is.
Again, let the players play.
Exactly. No, I remember like I saw the episode like a day after. Or like whenever I came back home, like to see the episode, and I mean, Keem warned me that the journey challenge was god awful, and then I saw it. I was dumbfounded. I mean, like it's just a matter of luck, and we can't opt out. Or you can't opt out of it. I'm just like you're screwing the players inadvertently. So whatever.
So basically, what happened was Camilla got the extra vote, and this is really important. Justin and Bianca
lose their votes.
Their vote.
So shoot, man.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So.
All right. So now, before we get to the tribal council, note that this. I don't know why Justin didn't do this. This is really, really dumb. Honestly, it's probably one of the dumbest moves in New Era Survivor, even Survivor in general.
I'm with that.
No, it's dumb because his thing. He did not tell his Cedric that he lost his vote. Why would you not tell your main ally something so crucial? Like, especially when there's only like 4 people on the tribe.
I mean, the only other players in New Era not told. I feel like there's other like I'm trying to think. There's another example too. Oh my god. I mean, 47 and Kyle didn't tell anyone he lost his vote.
But again, Kyle was in it was still a big group of people,
Right.
so like 11 or 10 people. So even if he didn't have a vote, it didn't matter.
That's fair. Yeah.
Justin was only 4 people going to try by Vula. That's one person to vote. That's 3 people. That's something Cedric should know, because what if they started to target Cedric instead, and he got blindsided 1-2?
Yeah.
All right, so now getting to tribal council is poor. Mary's on the out, so the only way to save herself is she gets shot in the dark.
Yeah.
And funny thing is, the tribal council is pretty funny actually this episode, because Mary and Say just went back and forth. It's kind of respectfully. They didn't want to talking trash to each other. Just arguing. Jeff for the first time actually said, No. I actually want to start. I want to start tribal council now, which is actually kind of funny, because Jeff would just let people just talk all the time. Tribal council. He's like, I want them to cook. Let them cook. So then Mary played a shot in the dark, and guess what? She got it. She's the third player ever since 41 to win shot in the dark, and she negated her votes, which were 2-0. Mary. By the time, nobody knew Justin had a vote, so a second vote happened, and it was tied between Say and Justin. Say over Justin, Cedric over Say. So then Jeff revealed, by rule, Justin had not voted shocking Cedric. Cedric was surprised by it because he didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So third time, Cedric still voted for Say, and the vote were tied again to create a second deadlock. That was first time since 42.
Yeah.
And now, since he was the only person who was able to vote, Cedric had to pick either Say or Justin. If not, he had to go home.
Yeah.
So imagine the player going home because of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's crazy because despite voting for Say twice, Cedric put an Uno reverse card, and the Justin said, "Excuse why you say, hey, Say, Mary, can you guys stop arguing throughout the day?" They say yes. Okay. Bye, Justin. Bye, Justin. So I gotta give also props to Say. Say did a good job persuading Cedric to turn on his day one ally, because she used how can Cedric be Justin be Cedric's number one ally if Justin didn't bring up that he didn't vote. Which again, I don't know why Justin didn't do that. That's honestly dumb, in my opinion. I don't care. I think it's dumb, especially when it's only 4 people on tribal council.
Yeah, I just find it funny that Cedric voted for pretty much his entire. He voted for an entire tribe. That's
he basically did, yeah. Don't let anyone know your next move.
Yeah.
So that's basically Justin got voted out, and
yeah.
I still think it's a dumb move. Again, I say it many times, but it's a dumb move.
Yeah. All right, so what was for the episode? That was it's Justin Thomas, right?
Yes, before that, it had a try swap, because due to the move being so bad, he had to do a second try. They had to do a try swap.
Yeah. I mean, you always want to try swap. So here you go.
I realized the only reason I do it because the tries getting depleted. But
well, I mean, no, they got depleted in 46. Those on try swap. So
really, I'm trying to think.
No, there was. I mean, 41, Uwa got depleted, and that didn't have a tribe swap. 46, or 44, Tika was down numbers. They didn't get a tribe swap. And then 46, Yana was down, and those in the tribe swap there either.
Oh, well.
I guess you just want to vary it up.
I guess some.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a big tribe swap. I remember, I think New Siva, it was like, it was between like Cedric and Say, and also
Bianca, Chrissy, and Mitch.
And then the
new Logi was
the California Girls Alliance, Joe, Thomas, Shaheen.
No, that was New Vula.
Darn,
yeah. So New Vula's
California Girl Alliance was
Joe, Matt, and
Shaheen. Thank you.
Joe, Matt, Joe, Shaheen, and Thomas, and
then it's Camilla and Kyle.
And
then the new Sloggy was Eva,
Star, David, Mary,
and Charity.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her. Charity.
She was voted next episode. Doesn't matter.
Or 2 episodes now. Yeah.
Anyways, so the big thing was definitely like Kyle and Camilla were on the outs, because they could easily get knocked over by the California Girl Alliance, especially when that whole alliance is a pair, and Tom still had a steal vote.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Kyle still had the idol. Yeah, I think he had the extra vote.
Yeah, no. So
Camilla's extra vote.
Camilla had the extra vote, and Kyle had the idol. Yeah.
So they had some like backup.
Yeah.
So Vula, they lost again, so they went to tribal council, and
That's when Kyle played, or no, before that,
they had great. This is really smart. They both acted like they hate each
they hate
other.
each other.
Like
Yeah,
they say,
but they weren't close. Yeah,
Camilla's on the bottom
yeah.
of Siva, and Kyle was like at the top, and made Kyle look like
Yeah,
bad.
and it was smart because it made the other three think that it made them want to actually tell one or the other information, and that led to Kyle putting out for himself.
And also, Camille also revealed that she had like an advantage,
Yeah,
and then that kind of upset Shaheem because Shaheem said, "Hey, I'm aligned with Thomas. Why did I know about this advantage?"
yeah.
So that's why it was kind of you realize Thomas was gonna be like a possible like person you vote out.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they didn't find his Kyle's idol, even though Shaheen looked for his bag. They didn't find Kyle's idol.
yeah.
So that still helped surprise. Kyle played his idol and the extra vote and blindsided
It's
Thomas.
Blindside Thomas. Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of funny because I really like Thomas in the pre-merge. I really thought he would have made it really far. He would have been really good like for the merge.
mm-hmm.
But oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, but hey, he's the one based gay man in the new era. So, no, I mean, just, no, I literally saw it on Red. Like, there's not a lot to root for.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's Keyshawn who was mid, Banu who was
Okay, we not okay. Let's stop.
Like, it wasn't my words.
You ain't getting me canceled.
Well, I'm not checking cancel. It wasn't my words. Someone else said it. No.
Okay.
But yeah, point is, yeah, Kyle plays idol for himself, gets Thomas out, and blindsides Joe and Matt. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Awesome. All right. Next, we're gonna talk about next episode. Before we do that, it was a big moment where Kyle, Camilla, Joe, and Shaheen formed a big four alliance.
Four alliance, yeah.
Because they kind of like, I think they had some really nice stories about their past with their parents and like what they overcome.
Camilla's talking about how like her like I can't say what Sri Lankan roots and like how her parents were like raising her or like how she was brought up. And I think like Matt Walsh saying something about him being like Iranian and
his parents immigrating from Iran when
yeah.
I think Joe also told about how he grew up in a biracial family where
Yeah.
his parents like started dating during like segregated South.
Yeah.
So it's a really powerful like story. I actually don't mind seeing that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I was like the flashbacks, like the whole like slow mo, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if it's organic, then it's fine. Like when Matt Walsh like he's so fun. When Shaheen says about story, like like when it's quick. I'll be fair. This episode, I think it was fine. I mean, they had like few like no flashback picture, whatever. But like it was quick. Like, if it's quick, then I don't mind it. If it's like going on and on and on with this American Idol-esque like flashbacks, then it's just like
you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Man, it's tiring. It really is. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Now let's get to the immunity challenge. Probably one of the most emotional moments ever on the scene on Survivor. That was when Eva was struggling on at the end of the challenge. And she started freaking out and
had an episode, and then Joe came to console her.
Yeah, it was really powerful. I ain't gonna lie, even if you're not a fan of Survivor, that's still like a tearjerker because he kept his promise he kept his promise that he was gonna protect her, even if they weren't on the same tribes. Because that was a big dilemma with them. Because when the tribe split, Eva mentioned how I'm gonna do this about Joe. Mm-hmm. She did pretty well because she formed really good lines with David.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. And also shout out to Jeff because Jeff he was gonna do it anyway. He made Joe go check on Eva.
Yeah.
He knew how important that relationship was.
Yeah.
And also the big two, Eva told everybody about her autism, about how she sometimes experienced episodes.
Yeah.
And that led to her and Star coming like more closer because Star could relate to Eva because she had family in that spectrum as well.
Mm.
And during that time after that,
did she say that? I don't remember that.
I think she said something like, yeah.
I thought Star just like want to help her out because just being a good person. I know that she had. I know she related to her personally.
I think she mentioned it. Not she doesn't have it, but I think she said family members.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
Look, watch the episode.
Whatever.
Anyway, and their big note was Star and Eva found the idol, the Logie idol. Yeah. That Star couldn't find for the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't know why Star gave her idol to Eva as a sign of trust. Why? Why would you give your idol to somebody else? I mean, this is basically having 45 Brandon. Why? And then Russell Hantz said it best. You don't hand the enemy the idol.
Ooh, excuse me.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. The big part was also Siva, because they're going to tribal council.
Oh yeah.
Bianca, don't forget, she lost her vote last episode.
Yeah.
She tried to work both sides. She worked with Psy. I'm sorry, I keep saying Psy. Because I keep thinking of Psy, because I think of like the TMNT, like the weapons.
No, it's just spelled like that, Psy, but it's pronounced for some reason.
I'm going to say Psy, say whatever.
Whatever, I don't care. Tomato.
Anyway, Bianca tried to work both sides with Say and Cedric, and also Chrissy and Mitch.
Yeah.
And she wanted them to turn on each other, and because Say and Chrissy didn't get along, because let's say that, but Say had kind of lacked social awareness.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And she just didn't get along with anybody. Like the only person really vouched for her was Cedric. And yeah, it's just I like Say because she brought people the wrong way, and you kind of knew that she was gonna be like voted out soon.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I think it's a dumb move, especially at New Era standards. Bianca, she still want to work with Cedric more than anyone else. She told Chrissy and Mitch the plan. They told their plan to vote Say, and she told Cedric she had a vote. She had no vote. So Cedric pulled an ultimate like wild card. You turn
or Uno reverse card.
Uno reverse card saying, you know what, I can vote out Bianca because Bianca has no say what's going to happen. She has no vote. So this man told Chrissy off camera to, hey, let's just blindside Bianca. She has a vote. And he didn't work. And Say was so lost. She had no idea what was going on.
Yeah,
and Bianca just...
Yeah.
Again, like, I understand, but you just can't tell people that. You can't tell people you got no vote. Well, actually, no.
I would say that you got mad at Justin for not saying anything.
Justin didn't tell people he had no vote with his alliance member. Bianca just told a random person she met a day ago she had no vote.
But she didn't tell anyone else that she didn't have a vote.
Okay, I'm a hypocrite. Whatever. Regardless, it's your choice. Don't get mad at me if you go on Survivor and you get voted out because you want to tell nobody you had no vote.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bianca got voted out. Big blindside. It's her reaction to was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have got to the pre-merge. You want to talk about? Is this the end of the pre-merge, or you want to do like one more to the merge?
Yeah. Let's just talk about the pre-merge real quick.
Okay.
You know, it's interesting. I feel like that it actually didn't grab me at first. I thought that first two episodes were the first episode was kind of alright. I think that I don't know. It's interesting because I thought the pre-merge 48 was fine, but outside some standout moments, I don't think it was all that great. But it did have its moments too. The whole tribal council with what's her name, Mary playing Shot in the Dark. The whole tribal council with Kyle playing Idol and Blindside Thomas, and having Joe and Matt outside the loop. What else? It has moments. It's not bad. It's not. It's a decent pre-merge. It's all right.
This is maybe a scorching hot take.
Oh dear.
I think 40 had the best pre-merge in New Era.
Oh, okay. What makes you think that? What makes you think that?
I just think I feel like I knew most of the cast. Except I knew most of the cast. There were some decent moments. There's some good emotional moments. There was some quote unquote big moves.
Big moves
in pre-merge. I think the pre-merge is best in New Era.
Really?
Maybe the only one I can compete with is probably.
I think 42 had a pretty decent pre-merge.
You just like 42.
Whatever, man. Shut up. Shoot. Dang.
Okay. All right. Regardless, 42 and 48 had the best pre-merge.
Okay. I actually think. I'm not big on the season, but I think 47 had a pretty good pre-merge, not gonna lie.
That one alright. Yeah, I can see that, but yeah, I still think 40 had a better pre-merge.
Yeah, alright, whatever.
Alright, so overall I think pre-merge was great, and we both agree with that, right?
I won't say great, but it was fine. Whatever, monkey. Sorry.
You dumb.
Wait. Alright. Okay. All right, next is
the merge, the quote unquote. Well, first is the first episode, earned a merge. Don't forget, like Jeff says, players back in the day, they made the merge. You guys earned the merge. Oh, Jeff. Anyway, so tries merge again and say, which is actually kind of a funny moment because she found the advantage, but it looked like Charity found the advantage. She was about to run and get
it. With the camera angle, and Say just came out of nowhere.
She ran like a leopard. And she got advantage. It's basically the same one as in 47 that Genevieve got, where you skip the first part of the earn merge challenge and do the second part. It didn't really matter because, like I said, the first part they did the tries competed again. The first half won, and Kyle won the first mini challenge. So that's really about it for the earn merge challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So even though Say was being an obvious like a person to vote out because she's knowing everybody and her aggressive gameplay.
Yeah.
Charity, who earlier in the last few episodes, she kind of rubbed David the wrong way because David was like, she viewed David as like meat shit. Like he's not a good player.
Yeah.
But David was like, ha,
got him.
Got him. I'm actually playing y'all. I'm gonna target you next.
David's him. He's him.
He's him. David
was him.
To the last episode, he was him.
He's him.
Yeah. It was him. Anyway, so yeah, Cherry just rubbed people the wrong way, and especially Eva, because Eva didn't like her, and since Eva didn't like her, Joe didn't like her, and then Kyle and David thought she was too aggressive, and and that's it. The majority voted out Charity, and wasn't really a big blindside.
Let's not forget randomly voting for Cedric for no reason.
Oh yeah, again.
Look, like say like she's cute, but she has like her gameplay is like not that good.
Yes, and I don't know why you do, especially knowing your ally who's literally protecting you for like 3 straight episodes.
Like honestly,
this is how you treat your number one ally. Like, look, he literally protects you. He's like you don't have the third boot or second.
Literally, like
okay. And also a big note in this episode is actually it's really important. David forms the big alliance, the core alliance with Joe, Eva, Kyle, Shaheen. They call it the Strong Five, which is the main goal is to keep the strong players, just like David and Joe, and take them far in the game instead of getting used as meat shields by the strategic players.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is probably the first time we've seen like the strong players actually want to unite as one and take out the strategic players.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. Now for years, the strategic players came together and bought all the meat shields and get all the strong players out.
Yep.
Now they're the ones getting attacked. So I'm curious I wonder if that's going to be like a new trend now in future seasons. We may have like players who are viewed as like strong, like athletic players. They say, "Hey, enough is enough. We're going to work together and take out these strategic players."
Yeah.
Who knows? Strategic players may be the game boss, may be the next big threat to take out next.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So
yeah.
All right, so yeah.
So that was Charity. Was Strong Five being Charity's episode or?
It was kind of like a mix.
Boot.
It was a mix. It was like again, it's a mix of like it was like kind of mentioning it in the Charity episode, but it was kind of made official in the next episode.
Yeah.
So like a funny moment was one of my favorite moments in 48 was the immunity challenge.
Oh yeah,
David. he just show off when he's flexing. He's doing about one arm while everyone's are struggling. And he got freaking Shaheen or Matt Walsh doing
waka. Honestly, that was like the first time in a long time. Like honestly, it's like that was the first time I had like a genuine, like really, really big laugh watching the show. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably 46.
Probably like 46.
Alphabet strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, we can zoom. All right.
Anyway, as I was saying. Let's see. We talked about it. Also, another funny one was the Castaway like little ads that Jeff does. Like, hey, you need to go and join Survivor. I used to like that because like I thought it was just so cheesy. Like you gotta get people to go on Survivor doing an ad. But the way Jeff did was like he did like he broke the fourth wall by saying, "Hey, you guys want to do the casting video?" And Kyle and everybody's like, "Yeah, sure."
He's like, do it on the spot.
Go on Survivor now. That was funny. So
that was funny.
Yeah, I had a good time. So like I said, David won the immunity challenge. Was there another person won?
It was a double boost. So it was David and Joe.
That's what Joe won. That's right. That makes remind me of that.
Mm-hmm.
So David won. Anyway, so they won. They split the trials again, which they used to do during like this time, which I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna make this rant every single time. What's the point of splitting? Okay, if you're gonna split the tribes up around this time, then just make the pre-merge longer. Like, what's the point of like having the merge, quote unquote merge, come early if you're just gonna split them up to begin like later on, like the next round? Like, it's just freaking annoying. But,
make it make sense, Jeff. Make it make sense. All right. Anyway, so I kind of forgot who was on the tribes.
I think I should have forgot myself.
Okay.
I don't remember, to be honest.
It didn't matter because the first tribe, Say got voted out. It was pretty obvious. They tried to make it like suspenseful.
Yeah.
It was obvious. She was not gonna last. Make it to The jury. There's nobody going to have her on the jury. So she got voted out. And then Cedric got voted out next. Because honestly, Cedric, his biggest problem was he kind of was so protective to say he didn't really like, feel like a strong bond with other players.
Yeah, he was like survivor simping for say, low-key. Like.
I don't say simping. It's kind of more like I feel like I think he's going to reveal it soon. Maybe like after the season. That he views Say as she kind of reminded him of his daughter or a cousin, and he just wanted to protect her. So, well, it's really backfired anyway. So he got voted out. He became first jury member, even though there was talks about Shaheen going home because he was a strategic threat.
Yeah.
All right. So now, after Cedric's vote out, this is when a lot of people started hating on Merge, hating on 48 because these next few episodes were kind of like pretty generic, like vote outs. Even Davis vote out, which we'll get to, wasn't really a blindside. You kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. See, Chrissy's vote out.
Oh dear. All right.
So it's kind of before we get to that, it's Chrissy during I think she was on Say Tribe when Say got voted out. She kind of mentioned how like she kind of went a little. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. She kind of vouched that players need to play Survivor. Like, she kind of sounded like someone on Reddit.
GameBot, yeah.
And then he started making moves. And he started voting out Joe and David. And also Eva. Like, vote out these strong players. Make big moves. And apparently Kyle knew her about he told Joe. And now Joe wants to vote out Chrissy. So, we got that. And then another big thing was...
David was like pushing hard for Camilla, right?
David went rogue. He went rogue because I think what happened was David got close to Mary, and he kind of replaced Camilla with Mary on the new
alliance. Yeah.
So now it's like, remember we talked about the strong five?
Yeah,
he's gonna have 6 with Mary now instead of Camilla. And of course, he told Majority, and Kyle's like, I'm not doing that plan because I'm not my number one ally. And again, people don't know about their secret alliance with him and Camilla, so he kind of had like. Kept fighting for it. Hey, we should protect Camilla. Yeah. And they was like, hey, chill, bro. Chill, bro. It ain't necessary. Just stick with the plan. It's not a freaking old school play. Hey, just stick with the plan. Rest in peace, Keith Nail.
Yeah, rest in peace, Keith Nail. But, yeah, no, so, I mean, honestly, like, Kyle and Davis back and forth during the episode, I think the next one, too, is just, like, so, because, like, it's just so funny to me, like, they're just so, like, so dead set on what they want, and I guess that's what I want to see, but,
yeah. Again, I like that, because I feel like they're both right. Kyle wants to keep his number one ally, but people don't know about, and David wants to keep, he makes sense, David's like, hey, we have the majority, just pluck everybody else, take each person out one by one.
Yeah.
Why we gotta make it so difficult? The problem with David is sometimes you get David. I think the problem with David didn't understand how close Camilla was.
Well, yeah, I think David was just stubborn. I mean, well,
he was stubborn.
He's stubborn to an extent because he did eventually agree to do Chrissy, even though, granted, that was because she started blowing stuff up at Tribal Council.
So I just thought it was a moment. I think it was the second episode. David talked about his story about how he wants to win $1 million. Like,
this girlfriend, and then Kyle was like,
I sleep on my dad's house, and Kyle's like, oh, congrats! And he's like, no congrats. It's not as good as you think, man. I know
we're way past that, but it's all good. All right, thanks for that was funny too. That was funny.
So anyway, then at Tribal Council, I thought, oh man, Camilla's gonna get voted out because Kyle, he trying everything he can, but nobody wants to work with, nobody listening to him. Just Chrissy out of nowhere just started talking trash about all the players. Like somehow we need to vote out David, about Joe and Eva, we got to vote out all these players. Like we need to start making moves. And David, it was later, she's talking about it right next to David.
Right.
And David got mad about it. I don't blame him.
I'll be mad too.
I'll be mad too. Again, why would you say that in front of everyone at Tribal? I'm like, she just blew her whole game up. But I can understand her frustration because, like, she knows, like, if it is so strong fire, I'm gonna get voted out soon.
Yeah,
but
she shouldn't say that out loud.
You shouldn't say that. Like, you gotta do that. That's why we have camp stuff. You do stuff at camp before you go to Tribal.
That's why you have confessionals. Like,
that's true. That's honestly true. That's why you have confessionals.
Yeah, I think I showed a clip of it was like one of Fair Play's older like Redemption Island recaps, and he was saying how Russell like mean to people like in their faces. He's like, you should say it for like. He's like, you should say it for confessionals, like a smart player or something like that. I say it, it's funny though.
He's got a point. He ain't wrong. Right. So anyway, since even though I thought Camilla's gonna be voted out, everybody majority voted out Chrissy. Makes total sense. So literally, I thought Camilla's gonna vote out. She got 0 votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Chrissy's vote is kind of like a combination of like, remember Karen from Palau?
Yeah.
She was honestly, she was kind of safe, but she got a big mouth at tribal council and then got voted out for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And also similar to Keith, stick to the plan.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was that episode.
Yeah, the next one is
David, right? Oh yeah.
And also, Kyle, he talked about his backstory, which is pretty insane. Think about it.
Yeah.
When he was like, he kind of got in trouble as a young person, and then he actually went to jail for a few days. And while he was in jail, he still studied for law school.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
What is journey? What a turn around life, man. Guy from going from jail to becoming a lawyer or attorney.
And then the winner survivor.
That's a great story, man. You can't beat that, man. I just want to talk about it because I think it's really important to know about Kyle as a player in person.
Yeah.
So, again, David, it's just because kind of David. You know, like we always have a downfall player, like a few episodes, like 2 episode stretch. This is David's downfall. Like, he just kept running people the wrong way. I think the biggest thing was he ruined his relationship with Joe because during the talking, like David got mad. He's saying he questions Joe's like
integrity.
honor integrity, and he like those players who like play a game of honor integrity, they hate that stuff. So
yep.
don't you dare say something against my word. And it just got bad. And I think at the time people realized we need to split David and Mary. And finally, Kyle Shaheen joined Joe and Eva, and then blindside Davis. Yeah, that's really it for the episode. It wasn't boring, but you kind of saw it coming.
Yeah, for sure. Now I was thinking about how the one time it was like David lost the Immune Challenge, and Mary was trying to be there for him, and Kyle was like, it almost looked like, no, I'm not gonna say it. You remember that part? I remember. Try to save himself. He didn't want to say he don't say something that he can't take back. So yeah, that's basically the episode. David got voted out, and yeah. All right. Sorry. I think I think it's this one or another one. What was it?
About Eva finding knowledge is power. Not the.
Safety without power.
Yes, is this episode or I'm trying to find it.
I don't remember.
No, it's next episode. Yeah. So it's talking about now because it's in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. So next one was Stars vote out, right? Yeah, David and Star. Yeah.
So Eva went on a mini journey at camp, and she found the safety without power. Yeah. But problem was Shaheen caught her. Oh yeah.
Matt Walsh saw her running out of camp.
I it was kind of, I won't say it was scary, but the way it showed like you walking like out of the camp, and you see like some black figure on the side watching Matt watching that. That was a little jump scare. So we gotta chill with that. So yeah, she got safety by power, and good. Thankfully, kind of smart for her. She told her whole lines about it, and that actually again that helped her out because that brought more trust in Eva that she wouldn't betray them. Yeah. So yeah, so then we got to that part, and let's see what else. And around this time, this is kind of people were really frustrated because at the time people were like, why didn't nobody vote out Joe and Eva? Because they're the biggest threat, especially Joe. And you had Camilla, who's on the bottom with Mary and Star and Mitch. Mm-hmm. Hey, they said, hey, there's only 8 people left. Us 4 against their 4. We can just tie and then we can possibly go in rocks. We may get somebody blindside. Mm-hmm. The problem at the time was like Mitch did not want to work with Star. I like Mitch is a good person in general. I like Mitch. But man, he just for every episode in Murray, he's saying, I gotta make a move, And he never made a move.
Kind of reminds me of what's her name from Ghost Island? Laurel from Ghost Island.
What it does remind me of Laurel all for Ghost Island saying, I gotta make a move to vote out Window and Dom. I gotta make a move to vote out Window and Dom. And she never
She was a final 3 with them.
She made final 3 but got 0 votes. So.
Yeah, yep.
It gets speaking of Ghost Island, I think it's good to talk about. I really feel like this season reminds me of Ghost Island, if you think about it. Here's why. They both got it's kind of similar winners. Like Kyle and Wendell are kind of like similar players.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I think maybe it's when I was about a social game.
Mm.
I think this season both had like kind of tough merges. The merge episodes were pretty tough to watch sometimes because Ghost Island, a lot of players like they didn't make a move to vote out Dom and Wendell, and it frustrated a lot of fans because like they were the biggest threats. It's similar this season why people didn't like why you ain't voting out Joe and Eva. And also last thing was in Ghost Island, a lot of like the strategic like good players like Bradley, Stephanie, Morgan,
Like the entertaining players, you mean?
James, they got voted out.
Pre-merge, yeah.
Pre-merge.
I'm stuck with duds like Kellen.
And Chelsea got the worst edit of like any player.
I don't know why.
Chelsea got more. Chelsea at one point got more immunity wins than professionals. That season was terribly edited, man.
Yeah, it really was. But yeah, I mean, I can see the comparisons with Ghost Island and 48. I mean, I think 48 is way more enjoyable to be honest. But I can see why story wise it's kind of similar.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got to that part, and I think Joe won his third immunity at the time. I think it's 3 in a row for him.
Yeah.
And it basically saved him because people were trying to blow him out. And again, I don't know why people bought Eva, but you kind of learn why in the end. Everybody tried. The plan was for Mary, but Mary did a really good job of persuading people to vote out Star.
Yeah,
and it kind of actually worked. Star got voted out for her. So
yeah. I mean, I think it's like around this time where people really started turning on the season. I mean, last episode people started coming out, but like this season, this is like the episode people were like, "No, this season's bomb tier, no big moves." Like it's just
it's funny. Apparently, the next episode, the Mary vote out is on IMDb. DB. Is the worst rated Survivor episode of all time. Shoot. Which I think is absolutely insane. Yeah, that's you can't tell me this episode is worse than a Dan and Speedo episode.
I don't get how an episode where a guy harasses a woman is better than a adult episode. Like, really. Shoot.
These players, these fans, man. All right, and regarding the episode, another thing was Eva also went on another journey, and she regained her vote because she lost her vote during the journey. And she got to again the knowledge of power, which I think is so hilarious that they try to bring back the knowledge of power again, and it still didn't work. Just let it go. It was been like 5 straight times it failed. I mean, just give it.
Not been that much. Like it failed 41, 42,
43,
43. Was it 44? I don't recall. I don't think so. No. Yeah, then 40. Yeah, then 48. So four straight time. Yeah. It's 0 for 4 right now.
Yep. So yeah, just let it go. I mean, I understand like you want to make advantage, but it's just too powerful to work because you gotta be aware of what everyone has, and a lot of people keep secrets. Honestly, just that advantage will work in 47 because 47 nobody can keep a secret.
Yeah.
So anyway, big thing was.
Won the Mary episode, right?
Yeah, Mary episode.
Yeah, Mary. Okay. Yeah, no. Big thing was David standing up. Oh, we'll get that. We'll get to that. That was funny.
A funny for the immunity challenge was Joe lost because Camilla out of nowhere, like the smallest person on the island, beat Joe by a second because Joe got the wrong. Like he turned the letter the wrong way.
Well, even before that, there was a got fun betrayal.
Excuse me. Sorry. Anyway. Oh my God.
Sorry, I guess you wonder we're having ices. Anyway, hit the spot. No. Before that, he said "God from betrayal," which by itself is ridiculous. But he misspelled betrayal too. So
God from betrayal.
God from betrayal.
That's me. That should be a new meme now. Survivor.
All right, last time. All right, okay. God from betrayal. Yeah.
All right. Another funny thing was. It's just kind of like, Joe's downfall. It's kind of trying to realize Joe's not going to Survivor. Because Mary, which she got from Russell Haynes, which Kimberly Russell's getting mentioned now, New Era. Who would have thought? She created chaos by telling Joe straight in his face that she's going to vote for him. And Joe, I don't know. Honestly, like, if he get one vote, I'm fine with that. But he started freaking out. Like, it was a big deal. Like, he got a vote. And he was literally trying to get people to say, hey, we split the votes to either Camilla or Mitch, and Shaheem and Kyle like, no, why are we doing that? Makes no sense. That makes no sense. And this is when you kind of realize, okay, Joe's paranoia is gonna bite him in the butt because he's gonna rub people the wrong way for his gameplay.
Yeah.
This is what I knew when I knew Joe was going to win. I knew Joe was going to be like a finalist, but I knew he wasn't going to win Survivor.
Yeah. But no, everyone on Reddit was so convinced that Joe and Eve were going to win the season.
I know.
And it's just...
God. No, we need to talk about Reddit on the cons. Let's do that.
Yeah, well...
Deal? Perfect.
On the cons of the season is Reddit. That's fine.
Yes, we are. All right. We will talk about them.
All right. Oh, God. That's going to be fun. All right.
Again, Mary got voted out. No big blindside, no big shocker.
Yeah, but the same part was,
iconic
David's I'm him moment where he stands.
He just stands there out of nowhere, had his hands folded, and just stood there.
He stands there.
You ever seen a SpongeBob meme? Patrick Star's like, he's just standing there. Menacingly. That was it. He just stood there. No explanation. Yeah, no talking.
He's him. He's him.
Susan, man.
Yeah, so David became him in that moment.
No explanation, just being him.
He's him.
All right, I think we got a few more episodes for the finale. Actually,
we got Shaheen and then the finale. Yeah,
awesome.
So sorry, Matt Walsh. Yeah.
Before we get to that, this is a big story. I think after learning about it now, I kind of respect Joe and Eva as like a pair now.
Yeah,
because Joe, he mentioned now he played the game in honor of his sister who lost her life to domestic violence.
Domestic violence, yeah.
And I feel like Joe said he wanted to like help Eva in terms like feel like that he can protect Eva like he couldn't
the way he wanted to protect his sister. Yeah,
and that's why he was so protective of her. And I saw I was like I think it's more of a tearjerker than the Eva's panic attack because you feel like he trying to fix like a hole in his heart by doing something that he couldn't do years ago.
Yeah, he wanted to find some sort of closure in a way.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's really powerful. I feel like that's when people are like, why are you hating on Joe? Because literally, the guy that's just who he is.
Yeah. So, no, I really like that moment too. And honestly, I'll mention it again in pros. I think one thing I do like about this season, that I feel like that maybe it's because of how the cast is. Like this cast seems more just like just human in a way. I don't know. I feel like that I can kind of relate to this cast more in other seasons.
I think I have a reason why. It's maybe a hot take. I think because the cast is older. And I think they went through more struggle. Like I don't think somebody like Kyle went through the struggles when he was 21. As he's 30 years old, he can understand what he went through.
Yeah. And
same for somebody like Joe who's like in his 40s who, let's be real, going through like all that stuff he went through. You probably want to see that if he was like 25.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, so, alright, so it's a big note. During War Challenge, again, everybody trying to vote out Joe because he's a big threat.
Yeah.
Shaheen, I don't know why. I don't say he did because he was being very nice, but he took Joe in war. and it really upset Camilla. Which I don't blame her because you're trying to vote a dude out and you're trying to feed him. I'm like, you know So the name of Shaheen became a kind of threat. And I think this is when Kyle and Camilla said, okay, time to make our move now, which thankfully they patiently waited and now it's time to strike.
Yeah.
The first set was by targeting Shaheen to prevent him from taking their final 3 spot.
Yeah.
So what he did was, all they had to do was simple. Just Kyle lied to Joe that Shaheen had an idol, and Camilla used as like an eyewitness to tell Joe, oh, I saw with my own eyes. He put it in his bag. So Joe got paranoid again. and he got mad. So he told Shaheen, "Oh, you're a snake. You're lying to me." Shaheen is so
he got so triggered.
He got so mad. And it's just, oh man, it's just so funny because like Shaheen's like so lost. He's so frozen. But and again, you can't vote Joe because Joe won immunity again, right? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he won immunity again.
So that's like 4 times. So like again, he thought, okay, made it about Eva, but then realized Eva
as an idol and CTO power. And did she have the other one? Or am I tripping?
No, that's it.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, and then again, I guess it's a blindside, but
you forgot about the acid trip that Joe had.
Oh yeah,
the acid trip. Yeah.
He was looking around. I will say one pro is the editors were having a field day. They were making fun of that.
No, because we were just watching and Kyle was talking. All of a sudden, the noise started fading out. I'm like, am I tripping balls right now? Like, what's happening? It's just the acid trip.
Oh man. So we got to so then like that Joe He got the line. Everybody voted out Shaheen. Shaheen got blindsided.
Yeah.
I guess it was a blindside, but I kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
I like Shaheen as a player, and I just feel like he's got to play. I play because it's kind of similar to Kyle, where he was patiently waiting to take Joe Neal's end because he even said that he would have won. He would have beat both of them in the end. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we can't know because it never happened. But
yeah,
I still think. I don't know.
It's really funny in retrospect because I remember like literally like when we mentioned it episodes ago when he says he's so confident being Joe and Eva, we were like all laughing at him. But now knowing that Kyle be Joe and Eva, like
that's funny. Everybody's like, oh yeah, right. Oh,
like honestly,
I know it's so ironic.
Yeah.
All right, so now we'll do 50 for later. All right, the now.
Do you remember where we were?
You do a lot of editing today.
Yeah, I know.
So let's just get to the finale because I think that's where we're at. All right, so finale was Kyle, Joe, Eva, Camilla, and Mitch.
Yeah.
I still forgot Mitch.
I forgot.
I was production kind of forgot him too because I only saw on Reddit they had like a little promo of the finale and someone said, "And Mitch." What is Mitch going to do?
I saw that.
He just make always gonna be fifth place.
Yeah.
Anyway, so finale. No, big thing was during Immunity Challenge, Camilla came back and she won, which is pretty shocking. I really thought she was dead in the water.
Yeah.
And excuse me. But instead, I gotta lie. When I saw this, I was upset at first. But after knowing how Kyle won, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I was like, why in the world is Mitch a bigger threat than Joe? You have Joe easily vote him out at 5.
Yeah.
And you can win. But they said, nah, Mitch is a bigger threat because he's more likable. I'm like, where? I would say one con we'll talk more about is Mitch had really bad edit. Not bad, it's more of a confusing edit.
Yeah.
Because like some people talking about he's a big threat, he's a good challenger, but we don't see that. I mean, that's all. So Mitch got voted at 5th, and then the final 4. Big thing was Camilla told Kyle, "Hey, if one of us wins the immunity challenge, the other person has to compete in fire. Because I don't want. They both know they can't go to the end together.
Yeah.
The goal was to get to the final 4, but one that has to be at final 3.
Mm-hmm.
So." For the 3rd time in 8 seasons, Emotion's back. Yay! So, I like the funny thing is I like Emotions, but I'm just so tired of rehashing it now. Like, if I was nice and Total Chains, nice and Boy, but since David's live, it's like kind of getting a new end all be all final mini challenge now.
Yeah, to give him some credit, I mean, at least they didn't do it on top of the same mountaintop.
Wow, you know how bad we gotta be now. We're desperate to be to say that.
I know.
Hey, this show is they don't do challenge on the hillside now.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. So Kyle won that 5-minute challenge, and he actually gave word to Joe that he was gonna take him to the final 3. And I kind of smart. I guess he really believes he can beat Joe. Every time we thought, well, she's dumb. So he made Eva and Camilla do fire. And honestly, it was. You ever seen that meme that said "Coughing Baby" versus Hydrogen Bomb?
Yeah.
But it's Coughing Baby versus Cough Baby because I said Coughing Baby versus Coughing Baby because both of them were really bad at the fire. Camilla, I don't think she even had fire lit up, and Eva was strong. She was even almost had another panic attack. But Eva won, and they made final 3. Joe, Eva, Kyle. I thought, okay, it's your final 3 because I thought that maybe Kyle may get some. I think Kyle's gonna win because he has a lot of people want to vote strategic votes and all those votes like that.
Yeah.
And I called it, but I was surprised Eva finished 2nd because Eva had a really decent final tribal council, where she definitely I don't want to say better than Kyle, but you can tell she definitely got a lot of votes from that tribal. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing that helped Kyle win was Camilla. I saw the funniest meme ever on Survivor Reddit in a while. We know how in 46 how Maria and Charlie were a big alliance, and Maria kind of backstabbed him and voted for Kenzie instead. Someone had a meme saying it's like Camilla and Maria say that's how you support your number 1 ally. That was one. They did. Maria called it unnecessary straight for no reason.
Yeah.
So we got that one, and so Kyle won was it 5-2-1?
Yeah, 5-2-1.
That's the first time since H3 we had a final 3. All of them got a vote.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know it took almost like 11 seasons.
No,
No,
it was
14 seasons.
no 13 seasons.
What's okay?
H3 is 35. This is 48,
I
so
keep forgetting.
13.
I feel like Game Changer is 35 for some reason.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny because we thought that Joe was gonna get more votes, and he ends up being third place. Eva got more votes.
Everybody on Reddit was saying Joe's gonna win this is born season, and he only got one vote. And it was literally a goat vote by the one and only Cedric.
RuPaul.
Cedric,
Yeah.
don't let anyone know your next move.
Yeah. RuPaul.
All right, so that was 48 for the pre-merge, merge, and the finale.
Yeah. All right. So what's next?
I'm looking at it right now. Let's talk about before we do pros and cons. Let's talk about Kyle as a winner.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say I'm going to flat say I think Kyle is the second best winner in New Era behind D. I know all you people in 47 love Rachel so much, but I'm sorry. Kyle is a way better. I think Kyle is personally a better player than Rachel.
Yeah, by far.
I think one thing I learned from Kyle is that he's a prime example of like, you don't have to make a big move to build a resume or your jury. Yeah. Now you can be patiently wait your turn, wait for the tides to turn, and then strike.
Mm-hmm.
He could have easily voted out Joe and Eva. He had a majority. He could easily vote out Joe and Eva, and have a good jury votes for that.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He waited for. He knew that he could beat. He beat him, and he tried to take him final 3. And what he did was got rid of some of the other players, especially Shaheen, who was also a threat, who also wanted to have the same plan.
Yeah.
And then he had to win the mood challenge. He had to prevent Camilla to make final 3, and that's how he won.
Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, I think I make the argument that I think Kyle may be actually better than D. I don't know, like just because D had a pretty strong game too. But honestly, D got really lucky at Final 5 that Couture's a really bad survivor, and she voted for she didn't stick with her own plan at Final 5. Like, cause yeah. I mean, I still think D played a strong game, and again, like all winners have to have some sense of luck to make it so far.
Oh, definitely,
but. I think Kyle just played like just all around just strong game. You know what I'm saying?
You only see one vote, which was like a Mitch.
Oh, one like counter vote. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah,
I think I give D the main more credit. D dominated the whole season from pre-merge to merge, and honestly, you can say the same for Kyle. Kyle really was on the top most of the season. That's why I don't give Rachel a lot of credit that people make her out to be because she was really like on the bottom like almost majority of the season until the final 7, final 8.
Yeah, no, the glazing that fans make for Rachel and 47 is just cancerous. But
it's crazy. Like, she missed on a lot of votes too. Like, wow.
Yeah, but I think Kyle's a very solid winner. I think he I'm very glad he won. Very glad.
Me too. I was really happy he won. So
yeah, but all right, what's next? The pros and cons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I get start. So as far as pros for season, like I said before, I think the cast is it's very easy for me to relate to them. Like they're very like I don't know. They just feel like more just like human like rather than like the theater kid game body stuff we get for a lot of like New Era season. That's wrong, but we just came out 47. I just all right. No shade to anyone's watching this.
I mean, Sam is a 47 was a theater.
I know, but theater kid game. So yeah, I feel like I relate to this cast a lot more. I think that I'll be telling Keenan this. I think one thing that also elevates the season is that it's one of the few seasons where like all my favorite players are the ones that make it the farthest. Like
that's
my favorite,
true.
Yeah. Like no, I was actively rooting for the strong 5. So to see Kyle, Joe, Eva, Camilla, Shaheen, and Mitch. I like all my favorite players made it to the end, which is
I think
great,
that's one thing. It's kind of similar to Ghost Island too. Like I really want Wendell or Don to win.
Yeah.
So when Wendell and Don were final 3,
yeah,
I was like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
So I guess it varies part of the season. Like if you were a fan of Mary or Cedric and they got voted out early and you kind of hate the season. But I was a big fan. I was really happy with Kyle, and also I like Joe and Eva, and so I was fine with those 3 to make the final.
Yeah. As far as other things, I don't know. I feel like that. I mean, like the season is just like a decent watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like. Again, we just finished rewatching 47 too. It's not like blatantly frustrating like that merge was. It's not like there's some players that actually came to play. It's not like 46 where like most players can't play for anything. So I mean, I do prefer 46 over 48. But I'm just saying like and I don't know. I mean, it's entertaining. I mean, there are some characters here like David. Oh yeah, David.
You can name a lot. We
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
yeah, I'm saying I agree. Like you said, I also agree. I love the fact that I just feel satisfying seeing an alliance like take over Return of Survivor.
Yeah, for real.
I just got so tired of like these players. Even 460, like Kenzie, for example, had nice lines with Yanu. That she all of a sudden says, "Oh, I want to make a big move about Tiffany," and I just get so tired of players just voting number one ally for the big move, like juryman for a jury votes, and then get voted out next. It
Exactly.
just seems so satisfying seeing like a alliance with Joe and Eva, and even Kyle Camilla, like work together and like go far. They could
Exactly.
have easily like vote each other out, make a big move, and they didn't. They
Exactly. And it's just so bad. It really is so baffling me that so many players make the mistake of making a big move just for aggravate or win, have something on their resume, and it almost always fails. So it's just nice for people in this season just want to just have an alliance and just take it to the end. I mean,
Again, that's the same thing in 47. Like Genevieve, we love Genevieve. She's one of my favorite players in 47, but she made dumb moves just voting her ally Saul, even though like she wasn't close with Saul.
yeah,
But still, like it made her a big threat, and then it kind of ruined her game because
yep,
she's basically like cat with nine lives and the rest of the way.
yeah,
So I feel it just feels so satisfying seeing the Lions like just stay together and work together. That's why
yeah,
I like 45. It just feels so satisfying seeing Reba, who started from day one, just go all the way and make it far. And even though they had some bumps and bruises, it just feels so good. Even
hmm
Tiga 3, I don't know if we don't like 44 that much, but Tiga 3 like making it pretty far was definitely like the best part of 44 in my opinion.
yeah. The season still sucks, but
Oh
still,
yeah, and another thing I have, I just love I think we mentioned earlier, I love the authenticity of the season. Like you
yeah,
can really like, I won't say you can't even mention earlier about 47. Probably 47. Too many like game bots.
yeah,
It was kind of like these players just making moves, big moves.
exactly, yeah,
It felt really nice to like have some like not conflict, but like more like people talking about the struggles and like even though
yeah,
I've been guys say I hate soft stories, but it feels authentic. It felt really authentic. Joe's playing with working with Eva because she reminds him of his deceased sister.
yeah,
It
exactly,
feels really nice to see why Shaheen cry and he's upset because he wants to play for his mom who he really cares about.
exactly, yeah.
It's the last one. It's really cool to see Kyle who went through the troublesome past and
And claws
patient
way to the end.
and again, and last it's really nice to see Eva who has autism who's had a few episodes and go through that to show her authentic side emotions and make it far.
Exactly.
I like that. So it feels like old school. It feels like something you'll see like in the older Survivor seasons,
Yeah, for
which
sure.
were, in my opinion, were the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
All right. So, what are the cons?
okay, well let's get straightforward to cons. Honestly, a lot of people don't like the merge. I don't think the merge is that bad. I think what it is the players since Survivor is like a show that's designed for like you watch like one episode per week, and if there's like a few duds in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no blindside, nothing really happens, people
Mm-hmm.
get turned off by that because unfortunately, Jeff in production last few years has turned Survivor to like you gotta make big moves and big advantages and idols and plays.
Yeah.
If it's not you're not good, you're not a good player.
Yeah.
And I think with the middle part with all the like not it was like not easy vote blindside
Mm-hmm.
blowouts, but more on just players just being patiently waiting for the move.
Yeah.
It kind of rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah.
And again, don't forget 47. 47 had a lot of blindsides all season. Like literally, couldn't nobody can do easy vote that season because everybody was like, "Hey, let's vote out Saul because he's a big threat long term. Let's vote out Gabe because he's a big threat long term." Just
Yeah.
yeah.
Shoot. I mean, what's the cons like from your perspective?
I will say I like the edit. You know, like I feel like I'm not. I just don't like the purple edit, especially with 90 Minute Survivor. Like Star should have better. Especially Star she was like a star on camera. No pun intended. She had a lot of nice, funny confessionals. It was really like fun to see her personality.
Yeah.
But you see, like you don't see that all the time. And Mitch, we talked about it earlier. Like he's such a confusing edit because like the players sound like he's like a top tier player. Like he's a legit threat to win the game. But we don't see that. I mean,
Yeah.
all we see is him just like complaining about I gotta make a move and doesn't do a move.
Yeah. For me personally, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I feel like that like the edit makes sense in a way. Like I understand why Joe and Eva lost and like how won, but like again, like kind of like what you said with Mitch and like in Star, like just they get these edits, but like, we don't get why. Like, like Mitch apparently was like was a front runner win, but from our perspective, it seemed like he was just kind of clueless. So to be fair, it's hard to edit like a social player compared to a strategic player. I'll say that much. It's just that. Honestly, a lot of other problems are just problems I have just with new era seasons, the 30 seasons, like just feature seasons in general. Like
I'm at a point now. All the cons I have are just like repeated stuff. I hate I hate 26 days. I hate the whole journey. I hate Sean. Honestly, the only one I'm fine with Sean Dark now.
Yeah,
I don't mind Sean Dark, because especially when it's like you're more likely to not get it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that now. But everything else, I just cannot stand.
I'm not a fan of. I think especially this season with like the journeys just having like half baked stuff. It's just like
it's all luck now.
Again, a lot of cons I have are just stuff that like it's another season too. So all right.
Almost next thing we're gonna talk about is what would you rank 48?
48.
New era first, and like maybe all season.
Okay, like I said earlier, I think it's the third best behind 45 and 46. Definitely think it's better than 41 by far. At least this one's watchable. I think it's better than 42. I still like the season. I don't care what you say, but I still think 48 is better than 42. Was like more 43. I hate 44, so I like more 44. And
we both agree we like.
Yeah, and 47 gets worse for me over time, so I like 48 over 47.
I still think 47 is number 4 or 5, but I just don't think it's top 3 that people make it.
People don't want to hear this, but like 47 has like literally the same problems that 30 seasons have, but for some reason 47 doesn't get slack for it.
Because it has a female winner.
Probably, but shoot, but I mean, again, I don't even think 47 is bad or anything. I really don't. I think it's all right, but just the way I hate more the reception of that season rather than the season itself. Like, people just kind of agree with me if I was kind of mid, I'm like whatever. But like the way people are glazing it, some people saying it's like top 10 seasons. I'm like, just please shut up. And
again, like, getting mad was people were complaining about 48. 48 was boring. 47 was the exact same way. Let's not act like that. Every episode was like people were playing the episode was boring, especially the cow vote out.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Operation Italy happened. Top tier season.
Peak.
And it's like,
oh god. With the new era seasons, it ranks third of all seasons. I mean, I really got to think about it. Probably like somewhere in the 30s, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I have
30s, maybe late 20s. I don't know. I really got to think about it.
I have a ranking for you. Ranking, I have it near 26. It's like above average mid.
Okay.
This is that area. Guatemala with 47 Marquesas.
Okay, yeah, I think it's fair.
That's fair. I think that's fair too.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where we rank 40 above average season. Not as long as it's mid, more above average. It's in like not better than 45, 46, but definitely third best.
Yeah.
In our season.
Yeah, for sure.
In like low 20s, early 30s. All right. Do you have any last thoughts on 48?
Well, not 48 specifically, but I'm gonna take time to address Reddit. Okay, so our fans on Reddit, just you need to consider shutting your like just. So our fans on Reddit are so exhausting. It's not even funny.
It's hard. I think that's a good time to talk about.
Yeah, because I spent like this season made me like just realize how just so incompetent some our fans are, and also just how just putrid some of your attention spans are. You get 2 or 3 dull episodes. People act like this is bottom tier. Like, please grow up. Please touch some grass.
And the funny thing is, it wasn't like dull. It's like unwatchable. It's just like there's no blind side. I mean, and then again after watching the ending, you can understand. Okay, that's why they realize they can beat Joe and Eva.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem is like when you have like these players, these fans who think stars are making big moves.
Exactly. I think everything should be like every single episode should be interesting. Like just like please touch some grass. And every single thing.
Honestly, I blame Jeff and production for it. Jeff and production created a culture where Survivor is about making these kind of making Mario Party. The players, the fan. How can you say that? Give me the fans for not liking like the authenticity of personalities play seasons when you basically design the seasons to be all about making advantages and making idols and all that stuff.
Right. But yeah, no, this season, like I was like, again, like I said earlier, just like I'd be going on Reddit, people be saying this season like the worst thing ever bombed. I'm like, compare like a lot of the really bad seasons of the show. This is nothing. I mean, it's just people with putrid attention spans who think that every episode should be blindside or blindside. It's just like, please shut up, just touch some grass. I'm begging you, just go outside, touch some grass. Surviving all that deep, like
it is. It really is. I feel bad, especially they had a lot of hate on the players. Like even like
Yeah.
Eva. I mean, I understand like you can't you have a opinion with somebody, but you just hate on Eva just for like who she is. It's just like come on now.
Yeah,
I
shit.
literally hate on Jill. It's solely hating on Jill because they wanted him to get voted out so they make the season
Right,
interesting.
like people grow up.
I'm like, grow up, man. Jesus, hey, like,
no, I heard this good quote where like it was like some live stream. It was like years ago. This is like a general thing. It's not just like Survivor. It's saying how like people who don't know how to talk to people go on Twitter to talk to people or something like that. I forgot.
yeah, that's true.
Or something like that. Like it's just like. Oh yeah, no. Survivor fans are exhausting. Like I just after the season, like God, I used to be like going Reddit religiously, you know, like for Survivor seasons. Now like y'all are tiring. I need to get this.
I was saying I used to like Reddit too. I mean, I still look at it, but like,
Yeah.
just get too toxic. I mean, y'all becoming like Survivor Twitter now.
All right. Honestly, yeah.
That's a bad thing. You won't be like Survivor Twitter.
Exactly. Shoot.
All right, so yeah, that's one of the main thing I talk about Reddit.
Yeah.
All right, so you ready for the last thoughts on 48?
Yeah. Yeah. To close it out because we're in the well, this file was an hour long, but the other one's like 20 minutes. But no, we're about almost an hour and a half, pretty much. You know, it's a decent season. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as people make it out to be. You know, it was entertaining, and yeah, I think it's I think it's a fine watch.
I agree. I think the season, like I said earlier in the beginning, it's going to be really good on a rewatch. I think once you understand that the season actually focused on Kyle using Joe and Eve as pawns,
yeah,
and going forward with Camilla as secret ally, I think people are going to give the credit to the season deserves.
Yeah,
it's kind of like 43, where people hated on 43, and then all of a sudden people are like, 48 isn't too bad. But I think 48 is going to have a better reception than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I hope 47 doesn't age well like 44.
Yeah, sure.
No disrespect to the players, but it's gonna. I feel like
again, I'm just so tired of people glazing 47. That will always bother me as long as I live. But anyway,
all right. So now, last thing. Let's talk about 49 and a little bit 50.
We'll save it for another video. Fine. We'll
take long. 2 minutes.
All right. Okay, 49 looks fine. I guess just another Fiji season. I'm not having high hopes for Rizgod or what his freaking name is. I don't know. 49 looks hard. What are you gonna say?
I would say 49. We'll see how it goes. And 50. Actually, we plan to do like maybe. I heard you say you want to do another video talk about like what you expect from the cast 50. What it look like. We'll do that soon. We'll see how it looks.
Yeah.
All right, that's all.
Maybe we should just do the video after the cast revealed. I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
We'll
it's gonna be more interesting. Like talking about how the cast is rather than just speculating, and then few people are not on there. But anyway,
all right, let's do it then.
Yeah, but yeah,
I'm gonna...
Cool. All right, well, that's the Survivor 48 video. I'm Ev here, Aaron Tain, and hope you all have a blessed day.
I'll see everyone.